I love women, and one of the reasons I love women is because they can do what men cannot. Michael Guimarin, our friend, you should follow him on X, by the way, formerly Twitter, at Michael Guimarin. It's spelled Guimarin. Michael Guimarin. I thought it was pronounced Guimarin. It is not pronounced Michael Guimarin, but that's how it looks like it's spelled. Michael has said that the unique role of the feminine, or our species, is to be the guide of transitions. The guide of transitions. The professions that women are suited for, that men are not in any way, shape, or form, in my opinion, and his, I believe, as well, is that of something like midwife and hospice. Midwife and hospice. Transition into the world and transition out of the world. Midwife and hospice, it's effectively the same profession, but in reverse. No one does it better than women. Have you ever heard of a male midwife? A male doula? The importance of solitude for a woman cannot be understated. And the reason it cannot be understated is because you women, you can just know things. When you turn off the telly, put down the phone, step out onto the balcony, trod your way into the forest, find yourself in a place of peace, go within and listen to yourself. The muse within that only women have, that men do not. Your instinct for truth. The way that you can just know things without data points. Someone said something like, the noise is like that of a butterfly's wings. But women can hear it, and men cannot. A woman's intuition, her instincts, her ability to vibe check. I don't believe that you need to be, let's say, spiritual or woo or religious or faith-based in any capacity to understand that whatever ability that women have in that respect is, you could make an evolutionary, biological, or anthropological case for the development of that trait, that women require that for the survival of progeny in the old days. And that's probably true. That's probably true. I encourage you, ladies. You will find people not just in the gravest transitions of life, coming into it and going out of it, but you will encounter people who are in transitions of another kind. Going from 1 children to 2, for example. A new mothers group. La Leche League. Divorce support group. Guidance counseling for career choices. All of the life transitions. You will have a wisdom that you can speak to. That when you go within, to be woo, it's the divine feminine, okay? And this is why I believe the Orthodox and Catholic traditions are so important, is because the Protestants, from the 1500s on down to the evangelicals, sort of leave that out and sort of do this sort of effeminate emotionalism called churchianity. The mystical ascended woman does not exist in that version of Christianity, as it does in the Blessed Virgin Mary. Her statues, her icons, her image, and of course the Theotokos of the Orthodox, Coptics, and so on. What I would encourage you to do to begin this practice, my dear woman, get yourself a statue or statuette or an icon of the Blessed Mother, of the Virgin Mary, of Orthodox icon of Mary. Theotokos means Mother of God, I believe. And simply sit with him. Meditate. She, of course, that archetypal figure, more of the transition from God to man. Right? That's cool. That's cool. You might recall there's a verse, too, in the New Testament that referred to Mary, I believe it was, a line something like, she treasured these things in her heart. She held these things in her heart. She treasured these moments in her heart. That is another way, or perhaps the manifestation, of this concept I'm referring to. Sort of the inner muse, let's say. I think so often women in our sort of first through fourth wave feminist stacked culture, it says men and women are equal, but women are better at everything, and also, I mean, there's a difference between men and women, and also men can become women. That's all four waves of feminism stacked together. That doesn't really guide women to cultivate their instincts. Your instincts. God, I love women. You people are amazing. I'm in a time in my life where I'm in immense transition. He says as he is in his car recording this, driving while he's transitioning from one place to another. And there have been a number of women who reached out to me. They felt it. They sensed it. And their wisdom, their kindness, their guidance, even their musery. Well, that sounds like usury and misery. You know what I mean. Muse-Maxxing has brought me a new appreciation for womanhood. And I'm a father of 2 girls. So I already appreciate the uniqueness of the female versus the male. Also I have a son. He's great. There might very well be persuasion in appreciation. Men in a situation like mine are often tempted to get into what you might call, in internet speak, blackpilling, or was it MGTOW, men going their own way, that sort of thing. But I will not. And I haven't, and I don't believe I would even have gone my own way, because in some of the hardest moments over the past few months for me, at every turn, there has been, like with Frodo in Lothlorien, there has been a Galadriel encounter. It seems like everywhere I go, there is a woman waiting with wisdom for me that I didn't necessarily demand or ask for, and she's not asking for anything in return. And I realized that my life would be significantly impoverished if it not for the woman, for womanhood, for the female. Perhaps this is the feminine appreciation post. Perhaps it is. Perhaps there's persuasion in that. If you are indeed a woman, I think my audience is like 85% male, so that means there's 10 people watching this who are women. I appreciate you and your nature. And I I don't know what it's like to be a woman, so I can't empathize. That's a word that's misused rather, significantly, daily. It means to know what it's like to be in someone else's shoes. Yeah, well, I don't. Oh, then you can't speak to it. Okay, I can sympathize a bit. I can express what I've noticed, what I find meaningful. Yes. Yes, that's right. Very good. Bypass. Yeah, I don't believe that. I can see the valley from here. It's a good view. The last thing that I'll leave you with, until next time, you know why people have shower thoughts? Because you're not staring at your phone. Because your phone is away from you. You're untethered from technology. And you are tuned in multisensorily. I'm going to use the word sensuous. Not sensual, which might have connotations of being not safe for work. I mean sensuous. It means pertaining to the senses. It is a multisensory activity. Sensuous. I just saw an advertisement for the restaurant Twin Peaks. The shower is a sensuous experience. And what I, of course, mean by sensuous is you have the water, so the experience of the water on your skin. There's also the warmth of the water. So that would be called a submodality, as it's gently tapping you all about, like a heavy rain, but warm. So the submodalities.
There are police reported ahead.
Police reported ahead. Okay. Bass Pro Shops. I just got some fishing equipment. Bass Pro Shops. It's been 25 years since I went fishing. So I bought myself a lifetime fishing pass for the state of Ohio. Went and caught myself a bluegill. Then I used the bluegill to catch a snapping turtle. The idea was to use the catfishing rod to catch a catfish. A massive beast, but no, snapping turtle. I was able to let him go safely, of course. But it's been funny. Returning to women now. And men. And the shower. And sensuousness. You also have what it is that you breathe in, and any aromas, smells. You also have the four walls all around you. Safety. Closeness. Protected almost. Then you have the sight of your own self in your most vulnerable state physically. And so one of the reasons you have shower thoughts is because you were not wearing any clothes. It is as if you have, by removing your clothes to get in the shower, you have removed layers of your conscious thoughts, your coverings, to expose, or otherwise reveal, the true self beneath. Isn't that interesting? You may very well find that the Muse speaks, and the silence, and the calm of the shower. This may not be Persuasion, but it is daily.